All right, so here we are, back with more American Truck Simulator here. All right, my link set up here. I'm running a little bit late tonight, but I am not as tired as I was last night. We have $78,000. We got to get more. Still need more. About another 50,000 should do us, maybe, if we're lucky. Got it. All right, so let's see where we got. You want to go to another state? You can go to another state. Yeah. Texas. Hmm. Highest price thing that's not an articulated trailer. Beaumont to Victoria. 7,000. All right. Yeah, we chose gas last time, but I think we have to do another job before it shows up. So let's do this trip. We haven't been to Victoria, Texas. We're delivering a wheel loader. That's going to be heavy. 34,000 pounds. Not as heavy as I thought, actually. Okay, so let's get our truck set up here. Okay. Yeah.
Ready to roll.
All right. Let's see. What do we look like? Get our lights on here. Yep, that's a wheel loader, all right. That's a big wheel loader. That's only 34,000 pounds. I think that's kind of a low estimate there, my friend. I'm saying at least 50 minimum. That seems kind of low. Hope we ain't gonna get stopped by park at a way station. Looks like our exit is straight up in front of us. Let's grab some information here. We've got 13 hours until we need a rest, so we should be fine on that part. We don't get somebody's car with the wheel trailer and wheel loader.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
I think we're gonna catch the next red light here. Yep. Alright, pocket. So we're in a Western Star. Let's see. There we go. That's a good deal. Okay. I think we're in a better Western Star than that Western Star we were in yesterday, because we seem to be able to sit closer to the seat. Now, I've heard it say that we shouldn't be this far away like this, but the reason why I'm this far away is because actually realism to me, um, when I'm in my
Go
car,
straight on.
when I'm in my car, my real life car, my this I can just look out the left side of my eye and see my mirror. I could just glance left, not even move my head, and see my mirror. So that's why I'm set up like this. And I'm actually not that far back from the wheel, but they say you should be like really up on the wheel and everything in the truck. But I don't know. I like this personally. It may not be how you're supposed to do it, but I do like this a lot more than if I was like really up on the wheel, because then I would have to be doing this all the time. I would have to be glancing over, checking the mirror. I mean, if we wanted to, if we wanted to, we could run with the two side mirrors, and we don't have to worry. Like we could run, I think it, instead of just the single right one. But I don't know if we should or not. Also, how about a little traveling music?
Keep right. Keep left, and then exit left. Exit left.
I mean, I guess if you want to, we could try it next run. We could see what it's like. I'm just not sure if it'll be good or not. You know? They say it's supposed to be easier to park and everything if you're like right up on it. I don't see it myself. Whoops. Get some higher RPMs going up the hill. Is our speed limit, so we'll just cruise around 61, 62. Try not to hit the road. Try not to hit the wake-up bumps. The force feedback is great. I also want to say I've really been thinking about doing another series on Farming Simulator 22, but I'm still kind of iffy on that. So, you remember we were doing the Belron series, and it was great and everything, but apparently not long after we finished that, and we finished that series, they came out with an update, and that update changed the way controls are. And the controls for it have changed enough that if I use my gear shift, I can't use the reverse on my gear shift. My gear shift on the reverse, it's set to the options button on a, like if you have like a PlayStation controller and everything, if you go and look, there's be a button called options. and it's a button you cannot change whatsoever. So my reverse gear on my gear shift is completely busted. I can't do anything about it. So what I've been thinking of doing, and what I tested actually today before I started this video, was if what I'm using here on American Simulator would work. My gear shift has a second function, I guess you could call it. It's the just an up and down. You just go up in gear, down in gear, by pushing forward for down and back, and pulling back on it for up in gear. And it's worked really well. It's called a sequential shifter. It's another mode of my gear shift. And it's worked really well here in American Truck Simulator because I can't use
Keep
the
left,
8 shifter.
And then exit left.
I can't use the gear shifter,
Exit left.
the 8 shifter, because I don't have a splitter. I can't split up into the higher gears. So I have to use the sequential mode of my shifter. I tested it out on Farming Simulator 22, and it works. I had the controls set up and everything. My shifting down, you know, pushing forward, shifting down, pulling back, shifting up, works well. The other thing is I can no longer have it like I used to on switching gearboxes. Used to
Keep
in
left.
my to shift the gearbox up into like 1, 2, 3, 4 or A, B, C, D, whatever it was on the tractor, I would have to I think I'm gonna have to get over to the left here. I did a little double shift. I actually used my reverse as a double
Keep
shift.
left.
If I pushed forward, there is 7 gears in the reverse on my 8 shifter part, on the way the 8 shifter. If I hit it into 7, because most tractors don't have a 7th gear, if I hit it into 7 and then immediately put it into the reverse gear, I actually increased my gearbox. I went from like gearbox 1 to gearbox 2, gearbox 3, and I could do the same thing in reverse if I go from reverse all the way up to first gear. I can't do that anymore, which is kind of upsetting because that was kind of like a real life thing. It was a way to get around needing a splitter on the 8 shifter.
Keep left.
But the thing is they changed the gear, they changed the controls for whatever reason, not sure. I think I traced it back to patch like 1.2 or something. So like the second big patch or something. Or second DLC, I'm not sure, of season 1. And it just completely messed it up. But the sequential shifter thing works. So I can use the sequential shifter to do it. But I have to do the gearbox shifting with my paddles, which are in this game set to left and right blinkers. So I wouldn't have, unless I set up the blinkers somewhere else, I wouldn't have blinkers. I gotta change wheels because they're gonna hit me. Yes, so what I was talking about, the gear shifting, the way I've got this set up, it's get over. It's fine. It's just I won't be able to use, unless I figure out some way to get the flashers set up somewhere else, the left and right turn signals, which I barely used anyway in the game. I won't be able to do that, and it's not a big thing. It's just I have to, if I'm going to be doing manual, I have to set it up like that. There's no other way for me to set it up. Also, for whatever reason, my gear shift, my gear pedals, my accelerate, my blinker, my clutch in the game is now completely reversed. They think my clutch is my acceleration. They think my acceleration is my clutch. My brake is the same. It registers as brake. But when I went to reconfigure my acceleration deal, because it said it was set to some other button that I couldn't recognize, I pushed in on the accelerator on my pedals. It gave me it says it was the clutch and not the accelerator. And then when I set up the clutch, it says it was the accelerator and not the clutch. So yeah, the game's a little confused on things right now. And I ran into this issue a while back, like back in October, end of October, early November, I want to say. I was going to look into playing around a little bit and get prepared for Platinum, and I was planning on doing a Platinum Silver Run 4 series, doing vlogging and everything. And I ran into that issue with the options button on my reverse, and I went onto the forum and I, wrote on the forum and everything. Like 2 weeks go by, nobody's responded to my question, and they closed my question.
Straight on.
No response or anything at all. They just closed my question. Oh, that's not good. That's not good. Get over here. Trying to find my right gear. I was panic shifting down. As soon as we get our own truck, I'll start trying to remember my gear shift.
Right.
Oh shit. Okay. Too busy talking, not paying attention.
Get ready to turn right. Turn right and then turn left.
What?
Turn left.
I don't know about that. I'd rather turn right, man. I'd rather turn right. Really right now.
Go straight on.
Lights. But it's seeing green. Okay. Pop on through. 55 is our speed limit right now. Yeah, okay, so yeah, like I was saying, I can get it set up and everything. But I'm really upset that I can't use the 8-shifter thing again. It was a lot of fun. It was a lot of work to do that shifting. It kind of immersed me into it when I shifted like that. I would use the 7th gear as the stopgap, and then immediately, and when I did that, I immediately went into reverse. Immediately went into the reverse gear, but that just changed my gearbox. And then I had to quickly switch from the gearbox back up to first gear to get back into starting position on that gearbox, and then go through it all again until I got to the end, then reset it again. Of course, you don't need to do that. It's just if you want to be immersive. I will say that
Keep left.
it's very much a thing that automatic is bad in 22 because of the way they changed the way the weight works on them. In 19, there was no problem. You could just pull whatever load you wanted, really. But in 22, they made weight a very big thing. So it's better if you have like manual. You don't need clutch, but manual is a thing, and we'll. Okay. We'll this here.
Go straight on. Keep left and then turn left.
Turn left out of the middle here.
Turn left.
.35 is my speed limit. See if I can go up in gears here. Doesn't look like anybody's around. Oh,
Get
no,
ready to
there's a
turn
truck,
left.
but they're turning left. Yep, right up
Turn
here.
left.
Like the gate's open for me. That's nice
This
of
is
them.
where it ends.
Well, that's very dramatic. Here. All right, so let's see. Where would we be parking this? In that bay over there. I think we could do that. I don't know if we can do that or not. Let's go take a look and see. Yeah, that looks doable. Maybe. I think that looks doable. That's... I think that, yeah, that's pretty doable, actually, comparatively. Straighten out here. This should be good. Here. Yeah, this is pretty easily, comparatively. Yeah, this is actually pretty freaking easy here. I like this one. This is nice. Hey, I got another wheel load over there. You need this to take it somewhere else? You got another easy parking space for that? I'll do it. I think I'm like crooked. So if we can straighten out this. Yeah, we're pretty crooked. We can straighten out though. We could straighten out really easy. We may need to even go even more to the left. I'm not sure. Sometimes they're pretty generous on it. Oh, yep, we're pretty generous here. Hey, parking brake, decouple. And also, I had my Steam Deck, Stream Deck thing. Not Steam Deck, but Stream Deck thing set up for the farming simulator stuff. So I have all these buttons, you know, detaching, attaching, all that stuff. And it still works. I tested it out too. So real quick, let me do a quick save here. Make sure don't lose anything. All right, so what do we got now? Do we have a gas deal? Deliver hazardous material? Yes, we do. Fort Worth to Austin. Longview to Houston, and Houston to Corpus Christi. We're gasoline aromatics. Let's do gasoline. Let's go. We'll do the most expensive. So we're going from Fort Worth, Texas to Houston, Texas. We'll be driving a Kenworth T680 high-rise sleeper. We'll be leaving, I'm not sure. We'll need to be arriving on Friday. So we maybe, I don't know if this will be another night trip or not. It might be starting off as a night trip and going today. While I would like to go down to Corpus Christi and get that done, because I don't think we've been to there yet. I need the money more right now. I'm sorry to say. We'll be more free to take other things when we get to the point where we can. But this will be our first deal. Our first hazardous material. We're in a tanker truck now. We're carrying some gasoline. So, yeah, that's not a real good price for gasoline, you know. It's actually supposed to be... I'm pretty sure you're supposed to get a lot more money than that for it. We have 13 hours, so we shouldn't need a rest. Let me turn on the truck. Turn on the parking brake. Turn on the headlights. Let me make sure I'm looking straight ahead. I will push this button. I will push this button. Oh, wait. Hold on. Okay, if we're... Oh my god, how long has it been paused? When did I push the pause button? Ah, shit. Okay. Well, that's not good. So what just... Did we miss that whole delivery? I don't know when the last time we had the delivery was. What that time was, B. Ah, damn. Okay. Okay, real quick, just in case for whatever you missed. You didn't miss much. There was no crashes or anything, which I wish I hadn't missed that, but okay. So our 2 deliveries, just in case we missed part of the first delivery for some reason. Our 2 deliveries. We had that delivery of the wheel loader going to Victoria, if I remember correctly. It was going from Longview to Victoria or Lufkin to Victoria. I can't remember now off the top of my head. But there was no incidents. It was a really easy parking, actually. And then I had this recent delivery, in case this whole delivery, I can't believe this whole delivery might not have showed up. In case this whole delivery, we went from Dallas, wasn't it? I think we just went from Dallas to Houston. Is where we went. And we were delivering a... we did our first gas tank. Shit. I'm sorry that... I don't know what happened. I don't remember pushing the pause button on that. It's in a very specific position. I wonder if I accidentally pushed the key on my keyboard. I don't know. I'm going to have to look at that real quick. Let me see if I can actually look at that right now, or if I would have to start the stream to look at that. Oh, okay. That's why. Shit. Damn, okay, that was going to be like right at the beginning of that trip. Okay. So I have my F2 key set up as to pause the recording and unpause the recording. And that's also the key that's bind to my Stream Deck. So that's not going to be good. I have to change that really badly. Okay. Let me check the game real quick to see what keys are available, because this is a thing I have to. I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm sorry to say. So do I have like F9 bound to anything? I don't think so. We got F10 bound to screenshot, F12 to reset head for head tracking. I don't think I have something like F9 bound in this game. Yeah, if we're going to be doing that, I'm sorry. That was where we were testing. We'll do it again. That's where we were testing out if the thing was working, the mirror would work. It was actually okay. I was actually driving on the left side of the road most of the time, so it didn't really matter. Okay. So let me see if I can. It won't let me. Oh, this button is what I want then. Okay. So if I push F9 here, then F9 here. Okay. And click apply. Let me bring up my Steam Deck real quick because I'm probably going to have to change that key. Yeah. F9. All right. Okay. I don't want that title there. Okay. So real quick, let me try that key out. You shouldn't miss anything. I'm just going to push it to see if it works. Okay. Yes, that worked. Okay. I am totally sorry about that. I did not even think about that being an issue. That's why it's usually like F2. Most games don't have those keys bound. But of course this game does. Okay. All right, let's try and get another gas deal. And we'll do it all again if we can. So this is aromatics. That's two that we were doing. We got crude oil now, actually. Gee, let's do crude oil. Longview to Houston. Waco to Beaumont. Or Victoria to Houston. That's a shorter trip. Yeah, I don't want the aromatics. Let's do a comparable route. We went from Dallas to Houston last time. Like, I think we were on like the north side of Houston. We went through we actually went through Austin for some reason. But this time we'll do this one. We'll do the crude oil. And actually, this will be even heavier. Last time it was only 40,000 pounds. We're at 44,000 pounds. We're going from BP to Port Houston. So we're going through the port, which most likely means we will not be parking it where they want it. We'll just be doing the simple parking. On the gasoline, I did the simple parking as well. So we'll do this. I'm so sorry about that. I'm sorry we missed that.
Time to hit the road.
Okay. Let's set up the controls here. I did not even think about that. Okay. So yeah, let's get up on it. We can actually actually, I think I need to reset the defaults because this seemed to already be set. Okay. We'll just go with this. Alright. Okay, so we're going to have to swing around here. Get out. We got to go out over there, over the way on the other. Alright. probably in a deal where people come in.
Get ready to turn left. Turn left.
Know if we're going to be able to go or not. I'm getting cars to come through. I think we got a left turn there. Clear that way. And also, that extra 4,000 pounds seemed to set us where we need to start out in fourth gear almost. We'll see if we like run up to a stop sign or something. Target truck. Speed. It's the highest gear on this one. Interesting. Why is this truck going so slow? Why is it slowing down? Is it turning? No? It's thinking about turning. It's thinking about being stupid. What it's doing. 7th gear around 30 miles per hour. Alright. Eighth gear around 36. 60. Okay. Here we go again with these trucks slowing the hell down. I don't know if this is going to work or not. I don't think so. Definitely would not have been able to pass these guys beforehand. Fucking turn. God damn. That's one thing I do not like about the traffic in this game. That is completely and totally unrealistic. That does not happen in real life. You do not slow down like about 15 to 20 miles per hour to change a lane at all. That does not happen. And it's 35 now. Just do not do that at all.
Go straight on.
Now I can't see the red light, which sometimes I couldn't do it anyway when I was in the other seat, though. Yeah, it seems to struggle from 5th gear on this one. So we're starting 4th on this one. Now I'm going to have another car in front of me because this is probably going to shrink before I get there. The road's going to go down to single before I get back up there and pass these guys up. About to slow down again. 60. Now.
Go straight on. Go straight on.
At least these assholes are turning off. Everybody gonna turn off? I hope so. Seems everybody's turning off. That's good. You better not try to hit me, you damn truck. Go ahead and see if I can get over in the right lane before this guy comes up on me. Yeah, I just personally like the other being set far back where we can use the real mirror on the left. I personally just like it better. This is fine. Leave a comment below stating your preference. I don't mind either way, but I do like using the rear mirror, and I don't have the head tracking software to use the real right mirror. If I had that, I would definitely be trying that out at least. Down to 55 again. Right up here. Go ahead and slow down because this car is gonna be right in front of me.
Keep right.
They just don't want me turning off on that exit on the left. But I would like to get to the right lane. Stay in the right lane here. I like being in the right lane because it's the slow lane. I'm slow. It's up to 60. Right lane merge left. All right. Fuck you too, game. Oh, that's a car. I didn't see it till the end there. What did I damage? I just damaged the truck. Okay. Didn't damage the cargo, which is good because I don't want to explode. Definitely don't want to explode. Which I'm pretty sure is not a thing at all. I'm pretty sure it's not a thing at all. You cannot explode. You could flip the truck and nothing would happen. You could flip the truck and nothing would happen. It's not a thing in this game. You cannot explode your gasoline or anything like that. I think they do deduct you more if you do damage the cargo, especially fragile and the gases and the chemical stuff. They deduct you more because it's more dangerous. You have that. It's easier to damage those things, I guess you could say. Dude, what are you doing? Why'd you pull out from me just to slow down? Why'd you do it? I don't like it when you do that. people are talking about adding AI density, mod density, car density and things. I'm already upset enough with the regular
Keep right.
cars
And then
that
exit
I
right.
definitely do not want to mess around with higher density traffic.
Exit
No way.
right.
No way do I want to mess with that at all. Dude, it's my turn. Let me go. I'm taking a left turn anyway, so I don't have to worry about those assholes.
Go straight on and then keep left.
It is a green
Keep
light.
left and then turn left. Turn left.
Red light. Okay. Bridge! Bridge! Hey, BFG division. That's nice. I don't think we really want to be BFG divisions right now with our driving, with a load of crude oil. I think we kind of don't want to do that. We don't want to wreck things. Maybe one day when we have millions and millions of dollars, we'll go out of our way to like wreck a off truck, not our main truck, but an off truck we have that nobody using. Definitely not our main truck. It'll be just a throwaway truck. We'll just throw that money away. We'll modify it to go as fast as we can, and we'll just
Keep
throw
right,
it out in the world
and then exit
and
right.
see how fast we can wreck it. And we'll go down the
Exit
we'll
right.
we'll see if we can make a delivery or maybe just drive. Drive it down the wrong side of the road. I don't know if we'll try and do a delivery like that, but we'll try and just drive the truck, maybe not pulling anything down the wrong side of the road, and we'll see what happens there. Because I'm pretty sure we'll get fined a whole lot. But that's gonna be a way whiles away. We got to get established first. That'll happen when we have like, I don't know, 6 other drivers where they can get us money. That wouldn't be something we would be able to do by ourselves. So, like I said, that would be a long way down the road when we get to that point. If we're
Go
still
straight
playing at that point. Something else may come out, like, I'm going to
Rerouting.
actually
Finding
do
a
this.
new route.
Because I remember this. This is where we got held up earlier. We can just go this direction. No problem. I don't know why they don't let you do this, but you can just go this direction, no problem. You're supposed to be able to anyway. Yeah, things open. And we can just go in here. We don't have to worry about going around anything or anything like that.
Go straight on. Here we are, safe and sound.
What do we have? Park it there, huh? I don't know if that's possible or not. We'll see. Let's go see. Let me back it up and try and go down there if it's possible for us to go down there. I don't know. We may be able to go. See, we're on the wrong we're on the wrong side of the road. Yeah. I don't think any other trucks drive around in here, so we should be fine. So let's go around the back here and see what we have. If we out trailer on. So I'm pretty sure they're blocking me from some direction. I'm not sure which direction. I'm pretty sure they'll be blocking me from some direction. Let me push this button here. Yeah, it's right over there. That actually seems pretty easy. There's got to be some kind of trick to it. I'm not sure what, though. That seems way too easy. I mean, we have this deal right here, so we got to kind of turn wide. That's not actually that big of an issue. Yeah, I'm confused of why this would be hard, but this is actually pretty easy. We're going to have to back it up, but that's actually pretty tame, really. Okay. That would throw a spanner in the works. I've actually never seen another truck driving off of these things where you're supposed to be parking. That's another spanner in the works. Okay. Other direction then. Other direction then. Yeah, I can see this part though. Okay. Okay. Let me pull up even further. This will make it even easier to back it in. There we go. Works for me. Works for them, works for me. Hazard 3rd class, 77 experience. Level 7. What do we do? Want to max out high value cargo? Or do we want to drive longer? I mean, this is going to give us a higher reward for finishing an important delivery and finishing an urgent delivery. We can't do urgent deliveries until rank 2. I just don't like this. I'm not a fan of time gated things. So if we unlock fragile cargo and start getting it up, it'll go together with the high value cargo. You can get high value fragile cargo, if I remember correctly. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a fragile cargo. Alright, so we unlocked a bunch of tires, a bunch of rims, caps, bumper, bull bar, panels, chassis, bumper, shield, panels, and a chassis, another chassis. Okay. And the new trailer deal in the standard trailer line is some tires, some caps, and wheel rims, skirts, spare tire, standard door, another chassis, some fenders, rear fenders, end dumper, another chassis, some markers, rear fenders, and more bodies. Okay. Interesting. All right. 100,000. We broke 100,000. Let's see. Truck dealers. Okay, our lowest truck is going to cost 115,000. This was the truck we chose at the beginning. For 144,000. We chose the red Kenworth as our truck. Let me double check that real quick. I'm pretty sure. Let me also turn off the music. We no longer need Rob Zombie screaming in our ears right this second. I think I still have that document somewhere. This one? Yes. Yes, we chose the red Kenworth as our preferred truck. So this truck right here, 144,000. I say let's we got to get to level 13 though to be able to use it. That's another thing I just noticed. We can purchase this one or this one. This one right here. At level 13. So we would actually have, we would probably get the money before we would get to level 13. Which is not good. This is a Kenworth W900 Studio Sleeper. And this is just a Kenworth W900 Day Cab. Interesting. A thought occurs to me. Can we modify this one to get it like the other one eventually? Maybe. I can't even look at it. That's annoying. But we can choose, like I said, the day cab. At level 10, we'll have whatever this is. Then level 20, that last one. We can choose a 6x2. The other one's a 6x4. So if we chose this one, that'll increase the price by $2,000 something dollars. $2,200 for a 6x4. It would allow us to carry even more heavy cargo. It doesn't change anything about our normal cargo, maneuverability, hills, traversal, uneven terrain. It just makes us better at heavy cargo. It's all it does. It increases our powered axles to 2. But that's it on the numbers down there. We might be at level 8, and this might be another 6x4 chassis. There. Our engine, we could go into a bigger horsepower engine, too, for more money. We could go a 450 horsepower at 7,000 as well as our chassis upgrade. It impacts our normal cargo. We would be worse at normal cargo if we go up in the We might not change our engine then. So we would start at a 10 speed. We would probably be driving just like that truck we just drove a minute ago. So the higher skill is better. It increases all of our stats here. Our normal cargo, if we went with a 450 horsepower with the 13 speed, we would be in a better spot than we are at the point. But if we go down to the 10 speed, we're worse. And we're even worse on that one. So we would actually improve everything if we went with this 13 speed with retarder plus the that's weird. Because the only difference between these two is one has a retarder and the other doesn't. And the retarder makes it better somehow. I'm not sure how. But it does. Yeah, we'll probably just leave it as a standard deal here. Unfortunately, I can't like turn the truck on to see the dash, which is annoying. And we can change a paint job if we wanted to. None of these cost anything extra because they're, well, this one costs extra. Between these two, it doesn't cost anything. Same price. So we could go with wine red, no problem. Crimson red would be like $100 more, which I would probably like. I also have all of these down here. We could choose all these extra contents I have. Goodyear. Merry Christmas. It's almost Christmas time. That might be good, you know. A Merry Christmas truck. Santa on the hood and everything. That might be worth it. We also have, I think this is Santa on a snowmobile. That's what the hell I was trying to say yesterday. A snowmobile. Well, not a snowmobile, a jet ski. That's what the hell I was trying to say. Then we have the skull and bones. Want to be edgy? A key through the heart? No, a piston through the heart. Extracurricular activity, so space. Giant leap deal. Lunar reconnaissance. Space shuttle. Halloween. Grim Reaper on a motorcycle, I think. Hell Rider, it says. It's not Ghost Rider, it's Hell Rider. A Santa driver. So even more Christmas thing if we wanted to. And the Rig of Love. Yeah, baby. We might go with this Christmas thing. We're at 35,000 with all the changes we have right now. Did this. So that would be 151,000. That would be even more expensive than that other truck. I don't know about that. I don't think we'll accessorize anything. If we're going to do the paint, we'll just skip on the accessorizing. I don't know. The rims might be good. Might be good to get the red rims to go with the red truck with the Merry Christmas logo on it. I don't think we need anything like that. I don't think we need some horns or lights. Could put the deal there. Bumper. Just leave it as standard. You don't need an oversized banner. I don't think I want extra mirrors right yet. That'll just confuse the issue. Don't need warning flags. Air filters, that's already on the truck. We could change them to, they're on duty, but they could be standard. Standard has the extra bottom mirrors. Could have an extra mirror there, but I don't think we need that. Double radiant again. Could have a license plate there. Air freshener. Anybody want an air freshener? Eight ball. Disco ball. I think that would... Actually, I think I've had the disco ball before. It was kind of annoying because we could put our portable navigator or our cell phone there. We got 153,000. I think we need that. Driver's plates. Change our steering wheel. Red to go with our truck. Nah. Happy Valentine's Day. I would probably go with the red here. The Viper red. That seems nice. 153,000 still. Filters still for some reason. You could put chewing gum there if we wanted to. Goodyear wallet. Handmade leather wallet. Cell phone. If I didn't have my cell phone up there. Wallet might be nice. Just have a regular, not that wallet. That wallet would be good. Cup holders. Definitely would like to do this. Bottle water. I drink water mainly. So that would be good. I wouldn't use the other one. Might be a waste then. Auto 6-pack. Fuse. Power inverter. I don't think I need a power inverter. Weekend bag. Electric cooling box. That would be good. I had to keep my food in. I'd like that. Pricey though. A little bit pricey though. What we got here? Sports. More lunches. An ATS game box. Magazines. And not the proper magazines, of course. No, I don't need a stack of burgers. I'm not that bad. Cola snack. Roll of paper towels. Might come in handy. A lunch bag. A bag. Book. Yeah. I could have my weekend bag in my seat. Notebook. Yeah, that's kind of good. The weekend bag seems kind of good to be there. Let's see, and I can't put anything in there because we don't have a sleeper. What's for that week? So we're pretty much kitted out here. I don't think I see anything else I would want to change on the truck right now. So do that. That'll be available at level 8, whatever that is. I guess we could change the lapsed. Nah, I like the blacks. I like the blacks personally there, so we definitely won't be changing those. Headache racks don't have that. Beacon. So if we did this, it would cost us 155,000. About 10,000, a little bit more than 10,000 more than that other truck if we did this. But it looks beautiful, doesn't it? I do like it. I like it. Yep, I like it. 155,000 to do this. A lot of this I would probably take off. Like I would leave all of the inside accessories off. So we go back inside. I would take the wheel, but this thing I'd get rid of. This thing I'd get rid of. That I would get rid of. The cell phone I would get rid of. It's just frivolous things here. All this frivolous things. The wallet I would get rid of. I would leave the wheel though because I do want the red wheel. Rest of it though I would get rid of. These are changing. $152,000 now. The wheels. The wheels, we might just go back to standard. because the wheels cost a pretty good bit. They're 1,000 each, seems like. I would like to paint them, but I'm not paying 1,000 each right now, so that's down to 150,000. The rest of it's just the paint, the engine, the transmission change, the chassis change to the 4. Yeah, so 150,000, that's a big one. The paint's 27,000 by itself. We might... Oh, we also have blue we could be in. That's nice. Because with standard is still gray. We could choose any of these 4 and it wouldn't change the price. I like the red a little bit more. I wish I could get the crimson red. That increases the price though. Only by 100 though. Yeah. So down to 126,000 with taking off the paint job. That's more like it. I think we can earn 26,000. 25,000 or so. And I'm not sure if we'll be buying the truck in the next video. We might be, but if it is, it will be at the end of, basically at the end of the stream where we wouldn't be driving anymore. So we would probably save it till the video after that. So today is Tuesday. Tomorrow's Wednesday. Wednesday at work for me is really, really busy. So it just depends on how we feel tomorrow, of how it is. I might be awake. Like today was pretty easy, but Tuesdays and Fridays, except for Friday mornings, are usually my easiest day. I don't have anything extra to do on those days. And I've been doing what I do on Fridays since I started the job. So it's not like it's extra. It's just more work on Fridays, early in the mornings. And then it tapers off in like about 11:30. Unless something else comes up. There's some other things. But I would choose this. I would choose this right here. 126,000. I don't know if we can make it in the next video, which is tomorrow, which is Wednesday. Like I said, I arguably my most busy day. I'm usually not done until like maybe 11:30, maybe 12 o'clock on Wednesday. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. If I don't record a video tomorrow, I'll definitely most likely be recording one Thursday. And then we'll have Friday, which is start of the weekend and everything, because I'll be back from work that Friday. So we'll definitely be having it most likely Thursday, if not then Friday. So by this weekend, we should have our own truck. Most likely. Like I said, unless something really life important comes up. But I want to thank everybody for watching. I'm hoping you're liking being back on American Truck Simulator. I know it was fun watching Pokemon, but I pretty much finished Pokemon. They did release an announcement about a new raid, but it's Charlamant, I think is the name of it, and Tyranitar is what the new raids are going to be. And they're not 7-star raids as far as I can tell. They're just 5, maybe 6-star raids. I think they're 5-star raids, just like the EVs were. And you can get those two either way. I mean, it will help people who play the different versions, because Tyranitar is exclusive to Scarlet. No. Yes, exclusive to Scarlet, and Salamence is exclusive to Violet. But you can just trade and get those anyway. But this is your way to get one if you don't want to do trading. Because it'll show up in the list of raids It's not exclusive to the game versions. As far as we know, we haven't seen yet. But we think the way it's going to work is if you go into a raid, the raid screen, where you can see all the listing of raids that people put up. If you notice the pin, it's like a sticky note with a pin in it. If you notice the color of the pin, Scarlets are kind of the orange pin. It's not even scarlet. It's like an orange pin for scarlet, and then the purple pin for violet. So you're actually doing raids on different versions of the game. So you're not actually exclusively tied to scarlet and only violet raids. You can actually do either. So that's the way we think the people are thinking it's going to work. You can do either as long as you find it in that list. So we'll see. But we're not playing Pokemon anymore. I'm pretty much done with it until they release like new Pokemons or something, new DLC. Pokemon Home. When Pokemon Home comes out, which is probably going to be March next year, that's when I'll get back into it, and that's when we'll start playing Scarlet. Because I'm planning on I'm planning on like a big base team. Starting with Pokemon already for Scarlet. Like I got we're going to be starting with Sprigatito, the grass cat. I've already got one that is 6 IVs. Where I got a Charmander, 6 IV'd on it ready. So both a grass and a fire. I got to figure out what water I want to use. I was thinking about Oshawott. Getting an Oshawott and using that as my water type, but then I said I don't know about that. I might just do something else, not sure. And then I got to figure out what flying type I want, if I want to combine my flying type with another type. Waterel is actually in the game, is really good. The new Gen 9 Waterel bird, I think is what it's called. It's electric flying. We may combine electric and flying there. As for ground type, I really can't go wrong with Garchomp, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do Garchomp again. Fighting type, really would love to have a Dueler Lucario. Lucario is just so good, but we can go with something else. I did get that Quaxley at the end, so I could breed up a Quaxley, and that could be our water fighting type. Not sure if it's worth it though, because I would want to do another. I don't know if I do that. I don't want to do another deal with them. Another game. I'm not even sure if I would do a third game, so kind of iffy on that. And Psychic. I probably just will not give up Gardevoir. I cannot give up my Gardevoir. I love her too much. So I'll be doing Psychic there. And then Fairy type was probably going to be Tinkerton again. Tinkerton is just awesome. I just can't see giving up Tinkerton. So yeah. But we'll get there when we get there. We're going to continue on playing American Truck Simulator for a while. Like I said, I was also thinking of starting up a Farm Sim 22 video series, but I'm still iffy if I want to do that or not. There's also other games that I can't think of off the top of my head I could make videos about. I am totally not playing Path of Exile this league, not at all. I just do not care. They really broke my trust with what they did in 3.19, and until I feel like it, I'm not going to play that again. I've tried out Torchlight Infinite, didn't care for it really. I didn't see anything good about it. I feel it's way too money hungry for me, really. So I don't see me playing that. And I'm talking about me, who plays like a gacha game like Arknights. And I think it's too money hungry. Real quick, let me bring up Steam so I can look here. Um, we could go Fallout 76. Their new season just started today. I wouldn't mind playing that. The new seasonal board and challenge everything. They got the Nuka World on Tour update out, which is a permanent event thing going game from now on. We never did do that 7 Days to Die series I was planning a while back to do that, but I'm not sure how I would do that. Um, Sometimes it's fun. I haven't done it in a while, but I played like 90 minutes of Construction Simulator. That was really fun. Um, I loved playing that. I might decide to do that. It has been a while. Of course, we also have a Euro Truck Simulator too, but I would rather play American Truck Simulator with the Texas update. Let's see what else. Grim Dawn, but their new update is not coming out until March or May next year. Multiplayer, not Grim Dawn. That's Less Epoch. Sorry, confused. I get those. I kind of twist those two sometimes. Last Epoch. Yeah, probably going to be putting that off. They're not even going to update the game until they release the multiplayer, and that's going to be next year. So I'm not even caring about that. Grim Dawn is done. There's no more update. There's little tiny changes every now and then, but they're completely and totally focused on their new game, which is a city building game, a city management building game. Uh, so yeah, Guild Wars 2, yeah, I don't know. I enjoyed playing it again, but I'm still iffy on Guild Wars 2. Uh, and things like that. They really did a bad thing back then. What they did, and then they kind of just fell off a cliff and never updated, and then they started up again last year and a half, I think, or so. Trying to see other games in here. I'm kind of done with Monster Hunter Rise right now. I'm kind of don't want to play. We could go back to No Man's Sky, finish off the main story there. I think I might wait on that though until the another new update is coming out. Then we'll probably go back in. Um, Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous. I did play some of that. I played 30.2 hours of it. Got to like act 2.5 halfway through act 2 or something on it, and it just fell off for me a little bit. It's really tough. I did purchase Persona 5 Royal, but I think that's the type of game I would play by myself. I don't think I would ever record or stream that because I think something like that would just be a personal thing for me personally. Um, I'm actually waiting. I haven't played it yet, really. I got 1 minute played on record, but Planet Crafter I think is going to be an amazing game to play. But I think I'm kind of waiting until it's out of early access to play it properly. They just released their a big update back at the end of October, but I think I'm just going to wait on that one. But that will probably come up sometime next year when they release the game. I'm pretty sure they're releasing the game next. Project Zomboid, I hated the combat system in that game. Just could not I just could not stand. Risk of Rain 2, nah. No, not definitely not streaming of that one or recording that one. I it's hit or miss on that one. Satisfactory just today released update 7, which is nice. That's the blueprint system and everything, but I think I've already decided to just put off Satisfactory until 1.0 is out and then just do a proper playthrough of that. I usually get to like tier 6 or something, like right around after trains, and just stop playing because I know there's nothing more coming. Civilization 6 is actually just a personal game. I don't think I would ever do streams or recordings of that. Same with Slay the Spire. Slime Rancher 2, is really, really fun. But I think I'm going to be waiting until sometime next year to even play that. They're going to be doing slow updates on this game. So, yeah, I played 11.7 hours and I pretty much almost finished what has been released so far. So, I kind of think I should wait on that. Stardew Valley would not be a bad one. I actually ever just got to I just got to the point where I have like over $150,000 and I usually stop playing on that though. State of Decay 2, nobody ever cared to watch. Still salty about that. Tiara, no. Torchlight Infinite, I need to uninstall. Warhammer 3, no. I'm no good at it and I sometimes don't have fun. Vampire Survivors, I have but never actually played. Could be cool, but I'm not sure. This one actually would be good. And I may do this. This is what I've been thinking about the most right now. Within, I want to say, a week or so, on Warhammer 40k Inquisitor, Matar, they're going to be releasing the new system. New season on it. Season 5 or 6 or whatever it is. And they also just released last week, I think, the Sororitas class DLC, which is a brand new class for the game. I haven't touched it yet because I'm waiting for the new season to start, and then I'm probably going to start up a character on it. That might be my action RPG choice right now for a game, at least until the last Epoch update comes out next year. But Warhammer 40k might be my fix for action RPG for a while. And no, I would not be playing XCOM 2 on stream either. So that's kind of my future plans right now. Like I said, also new DLC. Everybody's talking about the new DLC coming for Pokemon sometime early next year. That people are saying January. That's crazy. Why so quickly? I guess it could be. If they do, we'll do something with it. But unless they do, yeah, no. So yes, that's my thoughts going forward. We're going to be doing most likely Warhammer 40k, Inquisitor Matar, the new season with the Sororitas class, the Battle Sister, and we'll be going through that. If you don't, I'm not really going to be doing anything new on that class. I'm actually going to be doing kind of an old favorite on that class, the Flamer, the Heat build, Flamer build. They actually have a hand flamer on that character now, along with, I think, what's known as a heat rod. I'm not sure. It's a one-handed deal, and then in our offhand will probably be a regular flamer. They don't use the heavy flamer. They just use the regular two-handed flamer, not the heavy flamer. So we might be, I'm not sure how that's going to go. I usually use the heavy flamer sister. All right. So yes, let me actually save this game again, even though I'm pretty sure I already saved. And we'll go. So I want to thank everybody for watching. Come back next time with more American Truck Simulator. Hopefully by this weekend, we'll have a truck and we'll start doing that. Thank everybody for watching. Y'all have a nice time, whatever time it is in y'all's part of the world. Bye.